me, Kasey. I am the Certified Vet Tech and Animal Care Manager here at Zen Habitats, and I am back with another episode of Kasey Talks Critters. So you can catch this episode on our YouTube channel, and it's also going to be on your favorite podcast platforms. So if you listen to Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, go check us out. It's the Zen Exotic Zoo podcast. If you enjoy this video, make sure you like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as hit that notification bell so you'll be notified for more episodes coming out. So I have some really amazing guests today, and this is so exciting because we're doing this in person for once. So I have Brian and Carolyn from FramsChams. Oh my God, Kenny came from FramsChams. Most gorgeous chameleons, I'm telling you. So we are going to talk about panther chameleons today, and oh my God, these guys have so much information. I can't wait to share it with y'all. So let's get started.
Sounds good.
Give me a little background on your experience with animals.
Go ahead, I'll let you start.
Well, I think we're just animal lovers. That's kind of where it all started. Brian had...
I've had them since I was 5. My mom used to let me get basically anything I wanted at the pet store.
That's amazing.
So I've had every iguana, every lizard basically they had back then. Ferrets. I mean, not just reptiles. I've had every single animal.
All the exotic.
I even grew up with a skunk. Yeah,
What?
which was pretty cool.
That's wild.
My dad brought home a skunk, and I'm like, I didn't even know you could have a pet skunk, but we had one. Yeah,
oh
so
boy, that's fun.
it was fun for a while. He got kind of mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was pretty wild. My parents kind of let me have pretty much whatever I wanted. My mom was into it too, so I mean, it was kind of.
And I think that's how like a lot of us start. We all just love animals, and then we're just trying to find a way to make a living doing it, right?
Exactly. And that was like totally not even
We never thought about doing
that. Would happen.
We just wanted them as pets. I mean, we saw one. She got infatuated with it. She was actually driving me nuts about it.
I tend to go down rabbit holes and start
she goes to the extreme, and we have to have the best of everything, and we have to make sure it's perfect. And I finally said, just get one. You know, we got one. And then she's like, I want a female. And then we did more research, and we're like, what do you mean we can't keep them together? And I'm like, oh, here comes a whole other enclosure and lights and yeah. And then I don't know
How many breeders do you have currently? Roughly.
What did you say?
I think there's 14 males that we breed. I think we have more, just ones that are breeding right now, and but we have about 60 females.
That's amazing. Wow, that's a lot of chameleons.
Yeah,
it's a lot of computer work keeping track of it.
I bet. Yeah, I'm sure. So like as far as my experience with panther chameleons, Kenny was really my first. And I'm happy that things have gone well because these guys can be pretty fragile, and you guys have definitely helped me out a lot, you know, getting him established appropriately and stuff, and it is definitely a learning curve. So I have to say, he is my first, and I am obsessed.
He's amazing.
He is such a good little dude.
Yeah, he really is. I definitely think that panther chameleons are on the more difficult side of, you know, compared to some of the lizards you can keep out there. But once you have all of the parameters dialed in, they're pretty easy. Like there's not much upkeep other than feeding them and cleaning.
Yeah, it's once you get that perfect microclimate and microenvironment, then you're good, but it's getting there.
It's just the right UVB, the right humidity, the right temps. Making sure they get the right supplements.
It's
actually pretty easy. It's just getting it there. It takes a little...
And understanding.
And everybody lives in different climates, so I know a lot of people always come to us and say, what are you exactly doing? And then I find out they're in Arizona, and I'm like, okay, that's not going to work.
Yeah, everything's totally...
So you got to change the light. You know, you might need a 50-watt bulb or a 60, and if you live... We send them out all the way to Alaska. And I'm like, you're probably going to need like a 85 watt to 100 watt. I mean, depending what temps are, you have to keep changing. In the summer, we have to change things too.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. With him being in our reptile room, I barely needed much for supplemental anything. Now he's got a panel, like a heat protector, like because I could not get the temps quite right in this area.
And there's I think that's what it is. It's like trial and error. Like there's no perfect situation, and you just... It's a lot of observing the animal, and you know, you were talking about the colors being different depending on the time of year, and that absolutely
they
happens.
can get a winter funk going. You know, we don't have it that bad. We used to, but now that our temps are pretty, almost every day they're exact temps. So now we don't have that issue as much, but the humidity in the summer, obviously, even where we live, it gets high, so you got to make sure you're not giving them too much humidity. So you have to keep switching
How
it up.
do we replicate Madagascar as best we can?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, that can be difficult for sure. So I have been seeing a lot more panther chameleons at shows, different Facebook groups. So why do you think they're getting so popular? Why do you think there's so many in captivity?
I mean, it's the color. And they're active. They're not. They move around a lot, and they're up during the day. That's a big plus.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we love bearded dragons. We've had them, but they don't move around so much, except when you throw some food in. But these guys are always—they're exploring. They're moving around, and then obviously the colors are just—there's nothing like it.
He is like you. Just sitting here, you can tell how inquisitive he is.
Yeah, he's
just
checking it
watching
out.
us.
He
like,
looks just like his dad.
oh,
He does.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to go look at Kenny's dad, his name is Flash. Gorgeous chameleon.
And he's a good boy. Like, he's just so... Flash is one of the originals that we had, and he's so calm, and he just has a personality that
And they all do.
attracts
They all will get
people.
them. I mean, the hard thing is when you're selling a chameleon, it's everybody wants them to be as friendly as ours right away, and it takes time. And you know, we always tell people don't hold them for a while, let them get used to their cage. But everybody just wants like this perfect chameleon, and it does take time because even Flash was a little skittish when we got him, and
Of course.
you know, some can take up to 6 months. Some don't get friendly. I don't have one now that's I don't think we have one, do we right now? That's kind of grumpy?
No.
No grumpers.
No, they've all settled down. They're all pretty good now. But we've had some that took a little while to get used to.
He was fantastic. I don't know what you guys did. You must have handled him.
Well, I knew Randy wanted him for a while, so I was hand feeding him constantly, trying to like make sure he was friendly. I didn't want you to get a crazy cam, but yeah, he was pretty calm when you guys got him.
He was fantastic. Like,
and that helps. We hand feed a lot of silkworms, I try to put my hand in the cage a lot and hand feed them so they're used to me coming in and not being scared. And I definitely think that works. But we try to get everybody a friendly cam as best we can.
Of course.
But again, it's a lot what happens when you first get them. You gotta like let them settle in.
Yeah. Now I actually have a question about, because from what I've seen, the panthers do seem to be a little bit friendlier, and that might have been from the handling. Compared to like a Jackson's, who can be a little bit sassier.
Yeah.
And do you think that is a species thing?
Veils are even worse. Veils. Even though we have like 4 incredible veils right now that are all super friendly. But again, they're used to us, so I don't know if they're going to stay that way, because as they get older, they might get a little grumpier. But I think
Panthers are more chill.
They're
They're definitely out
the
of
most chill.
Jacksons and Veils. They're just more chill. They're more easygoing. You know, and they're just cool animals to look at. So even if you just want a pet to look at, you don't have to interact with them. You don't have to take them out, even though people want to. But
we always tell people they're more of a reptile to look at.
Yeah.
You know, no reptile, I think, really wants to be held constantly.
Right.
But if ours want to come out, we let them come out. We don't normally take them out until they want to come out. We do have a rainbow Jackson that's really friendly.
Oh, wow.
She's actually gravid. She should be
so we're not
having some babies here soon.
Little babies, baby cams.
Live birth with them, so that's really cool.
So cool, guys.
We've seen it happen right in front of our eyes once. One time. It was wild.
I watched the videos online, and I think
it was scary. She was just dropping them like 3 feet onto and they were bouncing, and I'm like, is this right? Should we put something under here? But they're fine.
I mean, think about the wild.
That's what happens. And I'm just like, wow. And the next thing you know, they were crawling all over the cage. It was pretty wild.
Amazing.
It was really cool. That's
a miracle.
It is
for sure. That is so cool. I love that. So, kind of back to, like, we've talked a little bit about it with the humidity and the heat, the UVB. So would you say that they are tricky, and what is a method that you think is like the top method that should be used with panther chameleons?
So I think that we use an overnight misting schedule, which it does not have to be this way. There's lots of different schedules out there that people use, but what's worked for us, what's worked for the customers that we've worked with, is like a misting in the morning, like right when lights come on or even before the lights come on. providing maybe a dripper during the day if they feel like their chameleon needs that, and then misting again after the lights go off. And then even if you have like an automatic misting system, you can set it to go off overnight.
Yeah.
So that tends to really hydrate them at night, and then during the day you want the conditions to be on the drier side, like 50 to 60% humidity. We actually have to, because of the setup of our room and how many are in there, we have to use some dehumidifiers to actually pull the moisture
We
out
can
of
get
the
up to
air.
like 90% humidity.
Yeah, it gets
because
a
of
little-
how much we're watering, that's good.
It's perfect for the
I don't know if
nighttime.
too many people can get it to that, but
Yeah, no.
because we have 5 Miss King systems.
Oh my God.
And about 340 cages, so there's a lot of water going on in our
That's
room.
a ton of water.
Yeah,
Oh my
we go
God.
through a lot of water. It takes us a
can't-
long time to fill up every day. But
I can't imagine what your water bill is. Do you have a well?
I am on a well,
Oh,
so
nice.
we don't pay for water.
Good.
We didn't talk about the electric bill, but no, the water.
We don't want to talk about
We don't want to talk about the electric
No,
bill.
that in this hobby, everyone knows
Yeah.
your electric bill is
It's-
going to be high.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that you
Yeah.
put up with because you love what you're doing. And you love
Exactly.
your
But the water's free.
The water's free. That's fantastic. That is good, and it's probably nice fresh water. You don't have to worry
Yeah,
about.
and I use RO. I have an RO
Yeah. Oh,
system
nice.
in
Good.
the room, so yeah.
For those who don't know, RO is reverse osmosis water. It takes a lot of the minerals out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who do you think the panther chameleon would best suit as a keeper?
I always say they can go with a wide variety of people, but they are perfect for the person that lives in an apartment that, doesn't have the capability to go out and walk their dog all the time. So having a panther chameleon is like perfect because, it's just having a beautiful enclosure like this, and then you put in a beautiful panther chameleon, and they're like
You
the
can go
showpiece
crazy
in
with your
home.
enclosures.
Yeah.
I know, it's amazing. Like I don't have a great green thumb, but I can keep plants alive within the enclosures.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I mean,
They look wonderful.
This pothos is taking
Yeah.
off like crazy. I was looking at like how big the leaves are.
Right?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm like, and that split leaf philodendron, that one leaf.
That's
is
what we
massive.
started using. That's really all we're using now. These
Yeah.
2 same plants is
Yeah.
basically what we went to because they last.
Yeah.
They last long and
Low
they
light,
get big.
low light.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an animal for a little one.
yeah.
We've had a couple of people that have come to us saying, "Oh, my 6-year-old wants a panther chameleon."
And I usually will talk them out of it, only if they're going to be
Right.
really involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this
Yeah.
is not a reptile that you can kind of forget about for 3 or 4 days. A bearded dragon you could. A
We're
gecko.
not saying you
No,
can.
you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. But I'm saying they can go a couple days without being.
A little bit hardier. Yeah.
Geckos are
hardier,
good for
yeah.
like younger kids, but these
Yeah.
guys need a little bit more attention.
This is definitely more on the fragile side.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
And a lot of kids can lose interest quick. So
Yeah,
I
and
always
that's
just
the thing.
warn people, like I always try to be real honest and say, listen, are you going to be involved?
Yeah.
And the other thing that we have to talk about too, or we don't have to talk about, but to think about is price point too.
Absolutely.
Like
They're not the
they're
cheapest.
not
Yeah.
going to be $100 bearded dragon.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
there's
The
that too.
enclosure is expensive. The chameleon itself can be expensive. It's
Yeah.
definitely an expense, but once you, like we said, once you have everything up and going, the expense is not that much anymore.
No.
It's,
It's just
crickets
the
and
beginning.
other
Yeah.
feeders and,
Absolutely.
But the
yeah.
most fun is like really getting your cage set up.
Oh,
honestly,
of
I think that's what almost all our customers, they always show us pictures. They get so
They're
excited,
beautiful.
Yeah.
and it's fine. We love
So
seeing
beautiful.
how they do their enclosures.
Yeah, absolutely.
but,
It's my favorite part of the job is
Yeah.
enclosure.
Yeah,
building.
I mean, and then it's like, oh, okay, now let's get the chameleon. But no,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's fun. But you can change it up. They like it when you change it up.
Yep.
It's good to.
Do they have a wide range in the wild? Like, do they go very far?
No, so they
no.
usually they pick a tree and they usually stick around. I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't travel out all that much.
So a change of scenery is good for enrichment, but
Right.
but typically in the wild they're not going very.
They're not going far.
They're probably moving a little bit here and
They'll
there.
see this branch.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll
right.
go to
Look at
another
this
branch. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so funny. I love that. So because this is a Zen Habitat show, does Zen Habitats make an enclosure that's appropriate for panther chameleons?
Yeah, they work good.
Yes. Enclosure. It's amazing.
This is a big one too. This is
Yeah.
2x4, right? 4x4x2.
4x2x4. Yep,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the half size would be appropriate for these guys.
They would work fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously got a condo.
He's got more than enough space.
Yeah, I mean, this would be great if people can afford it. Obviously, the bigger the better. We always tell that. I mean, the minimum is 2x4 for an adult male.
Yeah.
But if you can go bigger, I mean, he's just gonna enjoy it more.
Yeah, just more areas to climb.
Right.
And I did want to mention that this little walkway is you guys. You are the one that taught us about the little walkways, like to make the little bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if anyone else has panther chameleons, basically all I did was stuck some stakes in some pots and then tied some branches across, and it made like a little walkway around the top. And it just, he spends so much time up there just not pacing. Pacing sounds stressful. Walking around. Exploring.
He looks so happy.
Yeah. So I have some questions for our fans in regards to food. So we love to talk about variety in most species. How do you feel in the panther chameleons? Variety is key still?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we do switch it up quite a bit. We love silkworms.
I love silkworms.
They got so much calcium, and it's awesome. You don't even have to dust
They're
them.
just very balanced.
So they're ready to go.
Meal.
I know it's hard for people to find them sometimes, but that would be our number one. I wouldn't give them to them every day because they will have runny poops, but
they're full of moisture.
yeah, there's a lot of
Very
moisture in them. Crickets is a great stabilizer. I mean, I don't know, dubias too. We do a lot of dubias. Hornworms are good for treats. Superworms for treats only.
Treats, yes.
Yeah. There's a lot
They
of...
will get used to superworms if you give them superworms too much.
Yeah.
He has tricked me into it.
Yeah.
They're like,
and they will. They'll trick you into it. They'll stop eating and they'll just wait for you
they
to
will
get
go on
that
hunger
superworm.
strikes for superworms.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's definitely done that to
So
me.
I only usually do superworms once a week now.
Yeah.
That's fair.
If even sometimes I don't even do that, depending on who they are, because some of them will stop eating and wait for that superworm.
Yeah. And we'll use black soldier fly larvae.
We do a lot of black
soldier
soldier
flies.
Yeah. We'll throw some in and just let them turn into flies. They love that.
It's awesome.
And that's good for them.
Yeah, and that's such good enrichment.
And if you really want to watch a chameleon go nuts and actually shoot good, let them turn into flies.
Yeah, let them bounce all over the place.
Not too many though. A couple of times we went a little too far, and then you just come in and it's black, and then it really screws them up. They don't know what to do.
They're like,
They're all
Now they're just like overwhelmed.
overstimulated.
I'm like, I got to take them out for a while and scoop some of these out of
That's so funny. All right, well that's good. So they're insectivorous, so it's all insects. That's awesome. So I know with is it veils that can eat greens?
I have one eating my plant right now.
Yeah.
I was just complaining her this morning.
reason.
I just put a brand new plant in. I'm like, it's gone.
Yeah.
Do we have to worry about that with the panthers? No.
I mean, I've seen them chew on a leaf or two, but they don't eat them. I think they just like, hey, what is this?
Right.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I don't really like
And
it.
it's funny because we don't suggest people feed their veiled, vegetables and fruit.
A lot of people do.
But they do eat plants. They will
just
eat
do it,
them
yeah.
right down to the.
I've put a plant in and come home and I'm like, it's gone.
Right.
Like they can.
So for veiled, you have to be careful about the types of plants that you put in your enclosure.
Okay, that's kind of what I was wondering. Yeah.
Panthers, we are as well, but we've never really had a panther.
I've seen ones bite it, but not eat it.
Yeah.
More of an accident.
An accident.
Yeah.
Which he's done to me. He's bit my finger on accident. Well, I got scared because he he stuck to my finger and not the bug.
Yes.
And I didn't want to pull away from him, so I just let him take it.
Right.
I just let him bite
feel
me.
that?
Yeah. It hurt.
They can hurt.
I tell people, do they bite? I'm like, oh, he's got a mouth and he's got teeth and he
can bite.
They can bite.
Yep.
It won't happen very often.
No,
And
no.
it's
That was the only one.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was shocked. But I was so worried. I was worried about hurting his tongue.
Right.
That I was just like, you can have it. You can have my finger.
The things we do for.
I know, exactly. I'm like, I don't want to hurt you, buddy. So is there anything that we should be worried about with their tongues, because their tongue is such an important organ?
If they miss and they overextend it, they'll shoot funny for a while.
Yeah, they can.
I've seen them actually shoot and then have their tongue hang out, where you got to help them get it back in.
Oh my goodness.
There could be some definite
We had one
injuries.
chameleon that actually shot and it has lost his tongue.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
They're scary.
that's one of, I've done thousands of them, but it can happen.
It can.
very rare. But I wouldn't tease a chameleon like, let's see how far they can really shoot, because that's
when accidents happen.
That's when accidents happen.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's no problem feeding them, but don't push it.
Yeah.
But you're right, because sometimes they shoot and their tongues are very sticky, so they'll, get your finger and
She's gotten it in the eye.
you want to resist the urge to pull back, because that's, that obviously can injure. So you do kind of have to
Like, let it happen.
Take my hand.
finger.
This is gonna hurt. No.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I was just curious because it's something that I never really thought about, but when I worked with woodpeckers, so I know, very random, but we would worry about the certain substrates and stuff because their tongues were barbed and they could actually break their tongues.
Oh.
That's interesting.
So it just made me think about the chameleon tongue.
Yeah, it definitely can happen.
Oh, so cool. So now I'm going to segue into questions about you guys.
Okay, sure.
I'm so excited to hear. So, to start, what advice would you guys give someone who wants to pursue a career similar to yours?
Money. No, I'm just kidding. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
I try to, a lot of people want to do it, but I'm like, just make sure you can afford to do it, because the first couple years you're not gonna make any money.
Right.
And you gotta have, if you're gonna breed, you're gonna have to have a lot of cages. These chameleons are not meant to be together. Even though a lot of people like to raise them together, they shouldn't do that.
Right.
It's not the right thing. You'll get nip tails, you'll get some that are getting stressed, and it goes on and on and on. It's just, you're not gonna have.
You want to make sure you do it the right way.
Yeah,
So there are a lot of ways to cheapen up how to raise a panther chameleon, but it definitely affects the quality of life of your chameleon, of babies, of everything. So
a lot of people try the coil bulbs, and it's like, no, don't use those. And it's, I get it. Everybody's trying to make more money, but if you do that with these guys, it'll cost you in the end.
Yeah.
And that's probably why there's not a ton of panther chameleon breeders.
It's expensive. I mean, it really is. We buy close to 100,000 crickets a week.
Yeah.
Wow, God, 100,000 crickets.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And obviously we're doing it at a higher level, but you've still got to have 10 bugs per chameleon. So if you have a clutch, and you have 30 in a clutch, that's 2,000 crickets a day.
It's a lot.
Times 7, they have to eat every day. Sometimes we feed our chameleons twice a day.
Yeah.
You gotta have fruit flies. You gotta make sure you can get to all your supplies too. Like bugs are not always that easy to find.
No. Winter is
here.
tough.
We had a couple bad weeks.
I think everybody did.
I think we all did. If you didn't notice,
Yeah.
our crickets were missing.
Everybody's were.
We went and picked them up, and we literally the smell.
Oh yeah,
Dead
they were a
crickets.
couple days
I
ago.
don't like that.
We had 100,000 dead crickets in the back of the car. I was like, oh no.
Like, don't even open the box.
No.
I'm like,
But I think other than money, it's the time.
it's time.
Like this is.
I mean, this is a full time. I
It
mean,
is.
we both have full-time. Well, I have a part-time job now, but she's still full-time teacher.
Yeah.
I'm a real estate appraiser, and it's slowing down because of the economy. But it's time. I mean, it takes me 6.5 hours to feed every day.
Right.
So somewhere I got to fit that in. But then you got the cleaning, and cleanings can be.
They can be a little messy.
I have to open up about 300 cages a day.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously,
We're still
talking
doing
on
it
the level
at the level
that we are.
but it still
huge
wasn't that much
operation,
easier,
but-
even when we were doing 1 or 2 clutches at a time.
Yeah.
We usually have about 300 babies in stock almost at all times.
That's insane.
But it's it's like
everything kind of worked because when we started getting into this, our kids were older, so they, obviously
I would have never
saw
tried this
them,
for a kid.
but we couldn't have done
Sports
it.
and everything. There's no way.
No.
No, I mean, I think if you want to get into it, just be prepared and make sure you're ready. Make sure you can afford the amount of cages you're going to need. Make sure you're going to be putting
The feeders,
the lights, everything has to be changed out every 6 months roughly.
Yeah.
And don't take shortcuts because it really will hurt your business even way worse.
Yeah, and we also, like we've already talked about, we're in this because we love the animals.
Right.
We do it together, so it really works out. We both actually like it still. I mean, I always tell her, I'm like, how long are we going to do this for? But we still like it. I mean, I don't think I see 10 more years maybe.
Right.
Nice.
And I think that's, if we didn't both enjoy it, like if he was downstairs
I couldn't do it by myself. There's just too much There's too much taking care of the animals, and then there's the whole business side and putting stuff on the internet. And I know you guys understand, like, try to get a picture of a chameleon can take 20 minutes per chameleon because they're not cooperating. They get dark. You're throwing this one back in the cage, you get another one, then you got to put it on a computer, you got to put a little. It takes her all day just to put stuff on the internet. And then we do it, and then you guys are awesome because you buy them so fast. And it's like, we just spent 7 hours putting, and now they're sold, and now we're going to do it again. So it's a good bad thing.
Oh yeah, it's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem.
Yeah, but it's like
we're very lucky.
And she's like, "Are you kidding me? I gotta go." I'm like, "It's a good bad thing." I don't know.
Say, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, yeah,
I don't like doing it.
No, she doesn't love the computer work.
I mean, I don't either. Yeah. I'm not a desk person.
No, I
can't do it. I don't have time. I'm the poop cleaner. I mean, in the feeder.
Yeah. There's always one of us. Someone's gonna be sorting those silkworms.
I wish I could spend more time on the other end of it, but we're always ordering stuff too. We always need lights and bugs, and I'm always on the phone and trying to get this and that, and it's hard to find, like you said, certain bugs right now are just not easy. We raise our own dubias and we do our own silkworms. Yeah. So we try to raise about 75,000 silkworms a month.
And you do
I've been doing silkworms
so we have to cook,
recently.
you have to cook the food. That's another whole process. And then we make a lot of fruit fly cultures. Oh yeah. We try to do 10 to 20 of those a week.
And I'm not good at
And then I have to cook the bug burger, which stinks your whole house up. So it's like, I don't know how we actually do it sometimes.
But it just makes it so much better.
It does. Yeah. It does.
It's like something to be so proud of.
We don't watch TV anymore.
We don't.
No. Don't need to.
No.
So this one might be a good question to segue into this part. So what is a common myth about your profession that you want to debunk?
That you're going to get into it and make a lot of money. I think that everybody sees. And I get it. I mean, I think even back before we thought we thought the same
chameleonaires.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is where that's it.
Like, they can have 30 babies and they sell for hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah, there's this thing called the female that doesn't sell.
Yeah.
You didn't think about that.
There's that.
There's that.
The cost of keeping the animal until they're big enough to sell.
The costs are huge.
Yeah.
The costs are huge. So when you can get beyond all of that and you can start supporting, I think there was a huge turnaround. I don't even know what year it happened, but when our hobby turned into sustaining itself.
Yeah. We were just happy with that. Like when we were like able to not use our personal money and our business money was paying for it, we were like, wow, like we were just breaking even every month, and we were psyched, like, oh my God, this might work, but can we get it a little higher?
But it's years to get. I mean,
it took us years, about 4 years
to get.
It literally was about a 4-year commitment.
And I think people are under the impression that it's going to happen right away.
I mean, let's just say you get 2 chameleons at 4 months old. You got to wait till they're about a year. Yep. Then you breed them. That's if it goes right. That doesn't always happen. Everybody thinks it's just that easy. Put them together, and sometimes they don't breed. Yeah. And then you got to wait for her for another month to lay the eggs. Yeah. And then that time can take 6 to over a year to lay. Now you got to keep these chameleons for 3 to 4 months to sell. So you're out.
That's a long time.
You're out. Yeah. And most people lose. I think they lose interest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, we almost gave up a few times because it was like we were using a lot of our personal. We even took a home equity loan on our house to make that room. Yeah. And we're like, we were in the hole a lot of money, and I'm sitting there going, I think we made a mistake, because we weren't making any money. We just kept spending it. And then we're like, all right, well, we have a couple clutches that are going to hatch. We better have 30, 40 cages. And we got to spend more money, more lights, more electricity.
And then right away, it's having the people that are then going to purchase them. And do you know what you're going to do with 30 chameleons when you have them? That's a little scary.
I remember the first clutch we had. I can still remember. It was very female.
Oh, yeah, it was a female heavy.
And I think it was like 8 males to like 20-something females.
Wow,
and we're like, all right, this ain't good.
No.
Like this isn't
not
good.
Making any money
it's not that we hate. It's not. We love females, but people they don't want to
buy the females.
And they lay eggs, and
they're great pets, but I
think they're better pets. I mean, if you really want a super sweet chameleon that has they're beautiful. They are beautiful, but they do lay eggs. Is it a huge deal? Not really. You just got to keep a laying bin in there.
Yeah,
but it does freak people.
But it freaks people out because there's impaction and there's things that can go wrong. But
of course,
very rarely. But there's that chance, and people are like, no, I don't want that. And then they see this, and then it's like, you put the two together, and you're like, yeah, I'll take the male. And that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
But we do have people that buy females and love them.
Yeah, of course.
But you're going to have to know you're going to sit on those females for a very long time, or you better have some kind of outlet for them.
Yeah, because like there's only so much that you could put them back into your breeding program. Because
I only keep a few back. I usually keep 2 for, and I'll just keep kind of transferring them basically. But when you get a heavy female, you're like,
there's only so much
like
you
didn't
can
get
do.
a good scratch ticket.
Yeah.
Not that we don't like the females. I love my females, and we have a lot of them right now. Yeah, you want some females? But that's part of this, and people. I mean, I wish we could just like turn the heat up like you do on like certain reptiles.
Oh my gosh!
Like the Chinese water dragon.
Like we'll just go 90 degrees. We're gonna have all males. That would be like this would be the perfect breeding animal in the world if we can just.
Nobody has figured that out yet.
No. That's okay. That's part of the mystery. That's part of the excitement.
But we've had heavy males too, so I mean it's gone both ways, and usually it's close to 50-50.
It is 50-50.
I'm usually for the most time it's 50-50.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So, is there a challenge that you guys are facing right now, and how are you tackling it in your business?
I think we're at
getting kicked off of Instagram every 5 minutes. That's real fun. We've been kicked off 3 times in a year.
Yeah.
We had 62,000 followers.
Go follow FramsChams.
Yeah. So we have 2 accounts if you want now.
We were lucky enough.
We were lucky to get this other one back.
Yeah,
I mean that's social media stuff.
Yeah.
It's really tough. It's tougher. I mean, and we're not that we're old, but we're older. I think my kids could do this better for us. They don't want to. Neither one of us are really into the social media, so it's harder for us, I think. But we try to post every day. I make my corny little videos sometimes in the morning.
Fantastic.
We're here to help.
Have fun
I mean, we do. But that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and it's
huge.
so hard to know what the internet wants. What does Google want? What does YouTube want? What does Facebook want? Like,
because it's different.
It's different. I don't know how to use TikTok. I just don't know how to use it. I don't get it. I'm trying.
You're just gonna do a silly TikTok dance.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I should dress up like a
social
chameleon.
media is definitely.
I need to buy a chameleon.
You know what I think too? It's we're at the point now where all of these things take time, and so it's just Brian and I. So we are at the point
how much time do I really want to spend on social media a day? I still got to clean and feed. I still got to do this, and this. I still have my personal life. We still have kids in college playing sports, so we're traveling. It's hard to do it all. We're trying our hardest.
You guys are crushing it, though. You really are.
I appreciate it. That's why sometimes we don't have a lot of chameleons up for that word that we shouldn't say. But we try. We're a little behind sometimes with the website, trying to keep up with it.
But people are so good because they
usually still reach out to us and be like, hey, we do have this.
Yeah, and you guys are always so good on social media, like answering questions and stuff. You're always in there.
We do try. Like, our customer service is really important to us. So we have a lot of people reaching out, and a lot of people have said to us, like, you're the only people that have gotten right back. We do. We try to get
back as fast as I can, because obviously I know people have questions, and if they're like me, I'm a very impatient person.
Yeah, if you don't answer me, I'm going to go to the next guy.
Right.
That's why I tell her too. I'm like, listen, they need that question. Maybe they're going to buy one. Like, let's get back to it.
And Brian loves to talk.
I'll like to talk to people. But,
no, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's honestly, when we had that 62,000 followers, it wasn't good for us.
It was hard.
I mean, it was. I couldn't believe the amount of messages we were getting.
I'm sure. Like, we have a marketing team of 5 or 6 people. Like that we need that. We need our whole marketing team.
I think maybe we need some people.
It is. It's time.
It might be time.
I think it might be time.
Big decision for us.
We need to make a move.
We need help.
Everybody really wants us on YouTube.
Yes.
And
I'd love to.
We have no idea how to edit.
I don't even know what that word really means. I get what you do, but I don't know how to do it. I need a cool intro. I need all that stuff. So we have to hire someone. I think it's time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I like to put what we really want to do. And we want to do like how-to videos.
Yes.
So when people say, "Hey, how do you make a laying bin?" or we could just say, "Hey, go," or we just send them the link.
That's
and
fantastic.
that way we wouldn't have to answer the same question 300-400 times a day, which is fine. I get it. People don't understand. I mean, the biggest question is, I want a male and a female, and I'm like, let's go backwards. Do you have 2 cages? Why? Because you can't put them together.
Yeah.
If we had those videos, maybe it would free up some time for us, honestly.
And also, it's just really good. Like, I'm really big on, like, my favorite thing is to educate the public and people, and just having that content out there that people can access, like, whether they're really serious about owning a panther chameleon or not.
Some of our best fans, I would call them, are people that don't have chameleons.
I know.
They just love pictures. They like what we do, and they're like, we have like 3 of them, and it's awesome. It's funny, but they're like, we would never buy one. I'd never feed a bug. So they would never buy it, but they still like our biggest fans, which is cool. I mean, you don't have to have one to enjoy them. We don't care. It's great that they love all our pictures. They're always commenting. It's cool.
That's so nice.
Actually, one's in like South Africa.
Oh,
yeah, she's awesome.
That's so cool.
She's so sweet.
Shout out.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
Nice. All right. Ooh, this one's a fun question. If you could go back and give your 18-year-old selves one piece of advice, what would it be?
I wish I started this a lot earlier.
Right, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do this way earlier. I always wanted stuff like this.
Yeah.
I always told my mom I was going to own a pet store. Well, I kind of guess I do. Just at my house.
Yeah.
No, I wish we did it. I mean,
earlier.
Way earlier. Yeah. I just didn't know if I ever really wanted to do this,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge for us to like bite it and like just go for it, because I mean, like I said, we took a home equity loan just to get it going. Like, we took a lot of money out on our house to do this, and I was like, if this doesn't work, what are we going to do? I'm going to be working nights and days and maybe some other jobs, but
oh my God.
It was kind of scary. It was. But no, I wish we started this 20 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that based on other guests that I've done with this series, that's what a lot of them are saying.
Sometimes you just got to go for it, and I mean, our family thought we were out of our minds.
I still think they think we're out of our minds.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't think I'm out of my mind anymore because he knows we're doing really well with it. But when I told him I was doing it, he's like, "Are you nuts? Like, that's not going to work." I'm like, "It's going to work."
So for our fans, I live with my mother, and when I break out the bugs and start sorting bugs, she thinks I'm insane.
If I ever at 18 thought that I would be fine with putting a superworm in my mouth and feeding a chameleon, like, no.
Yeah, she does that. I don't do that. I don't put bugs in my mouth.
No, I'm not putting any bugs.
She's put all kinds of bugs in her mouth.
Not all kinds.
She puts dubias on her face.
Oh, that's actually really cute.
It is. It's fun. I'm like, they're not going to do anything to me.
Superworms have secretion. Don't put those in your mouth. That was gross.
I did for the first time have a roasted silkworm the other day.
Really?
It was terrible.
Yeah, no, I don't. That I give you credit.
I mean, people
I've never
eat crickets.
eaten it.
People eat a lot of crickets. That's a thing now.
It tasted like it had like a good like roasted nut taste to it, but then it got very gritty. No, I'd never do it again.
And what prompted you to do that?
I was at a reptile expo and someone asked me and my friend if we would like to try them.
They had them. That's interesting.
And I was like,
because
we were selling silkworms.
Right.
They're like, try a dried one.
I love it.
I don't think I could have done that.
I give you tons of credit.
Oh, it was so gross. All right, I think we went over so much good information. And is there one question you wish I asked, and how would you have answered it?
You know what a lot of people ask us is what panther chameleon coloring do we like the best? People ask us that all the time. What's your favorite locale?
Yeah.
Well, now that we're not home, they can hear us. No.
Right.
I have a favorite. I think she has a favorite.
Yeah.
I don't think I like Matisse, our Amplify.
Are those the yellowish ones?
The yellow, turquoise green.
Yeah.
People love Matisse. I mean, unfortunately, he was never a great breeder.
No. He's amazing. He's like a one of a kind.
He's one. Nobody.
He's amazing.
I've seen one. They're similar, but not. He just pops different. I don't know if you saw that new purple one we have.
I did.
Yeah.
That one's insane. Again, I haven't tried breeding them yet, so I know everybody's like, when you're getting his babies, I'm like, just let me breed them first and see if it happens.
Yeah.
That one's really cool, but
I love Nosy Bay.
Yeah, those are super cute.
They were the first ones that we had, so I just they're just always
turquoise.
Like, turquoise. They're never. You know, sometimes the ambelobe will like darken up, or when they're just feeling chill.
Nosy Bays never do that.
Nosy Bay are just bright blue all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
But I love them all.
I mean, at one time I was like, all right, I'm getting every single one, and we were getting there, and I'm like, I can't. And then I started breeding. I'm like, okay, this is too much. I can't breed every kind because it's just going to get confusing.
How many localities are there?
There are
there's so many that people can't even get.
Yeah.
There are so many. There's a map. If you Google a map on the different locales, and it shows. I think
there's a few that people just can't get. I'm not really sure why.
They're not all here.
Yeah,
but
because there's no importing from Madagascar anymore.
Right now, I think there is.
I think they are.
It does close and open and close and open. But
that's a whole nother subject.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Wild caughts.
Oh dear. We're not going to go down that road.
We only do captive bred. We used to get into a little bit of wild caught, but that's a little trickier.
It's tricky, and parasites.
To me, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
For my room, I don't want them in my room.
Definitely.
No, exactly.
I like how my room is now.
But I think what we're finding is we have a lot of return customers, because when you get one, you're like, oh, but I have a Nosy Bay and now I want an Ambanja, or I want the Ambelobe, or
so we're only working with like 4
right now. Sambava, Ambelobe, Ambanja, Nosy Bay.
I have a Capes.
We have 4.
No, I don't have a Capes. I have a Nosy Folly.
Right.
I haven't bred it though.
They're just amazing. Yeah. I mean, there's just they're all amazing.
There's not one I don't like.
No.
There's some that are harder to sell than others. But I think we're going to keep it. I'm pretty happy where we're at right now.
I think that sounds great. I mean, you're producing beautiful animals, and they are healthy.
They are
wonderful animals.
That's
you guys
really what we strive at the most is the health.
Right.
The health, the customer service, and then obviously everybody wants great lineage, which we have.
Yep.
I don't focus on that as much. I try to make sure you're just getting most people just really want a healthy chameleon. So that's what we focus on, is making sure they're healthy. We back that up with a 30-day guarantee and live arrival and all that good stuff.
That's fantastic. You guys are doing it right, and I'm so happy that you were able to join me.
It's been great. It's fun.
We've been here once before. I don't think you were here,
but
it's changed here.
Yeah, we're always expanding. We're always doing big things. But I'm so excited to have you. Guys, we went over so much about panther chameleons. Oh my goodness. I am so thrilled that we went over everything. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as all of FramsChams' social medias as well. We're on, well, you guys are on.
We are on TikTok.
Kind of.
Instagram, YouTube. Facebook,
Instagram, all the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Well, we're on all of those too. We're on Pinterest, we're on LinkedIn. Make sure you follow us on all of those. And then this episode is actually going to be a podcast as well, so make sure that you follow us along. Thanks so much for watching.